Yeah, bye. All right, XOXO. Got a girl. Audra at Home is filmed in front of a live Pitbull audience. Good morrow and merry meet. My name is Audra and you are in for a treat. All right, welcome and or welcome back to my channel, and today is another edition of Snarky Beauty News. All in good fun, meant to harm none. I started doing this just as a lark and y'all seem to really enjoy it, so I'm going to try to keep it a series. And if you find any news that you think I might be interested in, feel free to DM me on Instagram or Twitter, both of which are below, and I mentioned, you know, over here or whatever side I put it on in editing. All right, so our first story of the day. Unfortunately, y'all, DD's Signature is going to be closing its doors, and I'm really sad about that. I know if you've heard about it, you're probably feeling the same way I am. I'm really sad to see a lot of our indie brands just being able, like, just falling by the wayside. There is no snarkiness intended in this. I know that currently they are saying that it is temporary, and I hope that it remains temporary. I really hope that it's not something that we have to endure, because I really like the brand. They were just getting somewhere, and I was like, come back. I hope they are able to come back. Costs are rising. Costs are getting astronomical. Meanwhile, we plebeians aren't getting a fucking raise. Anyways, in news that you may not think is beauty, but does pertain to our realm, Experian is in fact attempting to have Klarna Afterpay and all of these installment plans show up on your credit report. Because what is capitalism if it's not trying to ruin a good time? So how this affects you negatively is essentially what they're trying to do is have these report on your credit report. And why that would be negative for you is that these are revolving credits, so they are opened and closed regularly, which could negatively impact your credit score because you're constantly paying them off and opening new lines of credit. Personally, I am not a fan of this. Klarna, for its part, has currently said that it does not plan to report to the credit bureaus and plans to continue operating as it has, which it should, because the reality is every time somebody comes in and says, just get a credit card, that's not the point. People don't want credit cards. Many of us, including myself, have watched people get into mounting intense credit card debt. Not to say that you can't get in debt with Klarna and or Afterpay. For me, however, I do find that it does allow me to purchase things in a way where I think more about my purchase, number one. I think some people would say that it does the opposite, but it does allow me to think a little bit more about like whether or not I want this thing, and I get to choose installments that like make sense to me and that I can pay. And most importantly, it is coming directly out of my debit card, like right off of it. They're going to remind me that they're going to take it. They remind me of the amount, and they're like, make sure you have the money. And these are things that I find very, very helpful for me in my financial future. And I think that Experian and credit should just right off. So next up, we're going to be talking about Abby Williamson has decided to take a break. I believe the video was last week. I can't be positive because time, what does it mean? But Abby Williamson is taking a small YouTube break, and the YouTube doldrums have hit a lot of people very, very hard. For Abby's part, I'm really happy that they're going to be taking that break and taking the opportunity to take a moment to figure out what they want to do with their content, because I myself have been feeling the same way. YouTube is an algorithm that you can never ever truly figure out, and it's not particularly reliable, unlike Patreon, where I do know really by the 3rd of each month exactly how much I'm going to make from that, and it allows me to plan my content a little bit for the month. YouTube, there is no rhyme or reason. You literally don't know what your CPM is going to be. Even from video to video it changes, and that shit's wild, and it makes you feel like do you need to create other channels? Should you have a niche channel? And I'm really just gonna keep putting all my shit right here. This channel is already monetized, so if you don't want to watch content about media, then don't watch those videos if you just want to see makeup. But for Abby's other part, they will continue to be streaming on Twitch, which I absolutely adore. I love hanging out on Twitch. I have a Twitch as well. I've hung out in several Abby streams. They are fun. So if you want to check out Abby, their information is here and below, so you can go over to stream if you want to see what she is up to and have yourself a lovely time. This just in a stunning move, REM has released a second launch for their brand, and they have decided to give us absolutely nothing. They will also be launching in Ulta, which anybody can be an Ulta. I don't know why people are even surprised by that at all. They're like, oh my God, how is her brand getting an Ulta when it's trash? Because it's Ariana Grande. That's why. Because it's Ariana Grande. That's the answer. The answer was right in front of you. It was 2 words, and it was Ariana Grande. And I feel like it was 4 syllables, maybe 5. But we're not gonna count anymore because I don't need y'all doing that to me. Anywhoozits, this launch is boring as shit, and we all know it. We're all looking at it side-eyed, sad, and embarrassed. But it still exists, it's still a thing, and it's going to be a thing in Ulta. Yay. That's my little pom-pom. You can't see it because it's super tiny. Anyway, the 21 Days of Beauty sale is still going on, and for all of you out there who are just like, oh my God, I don't know why they keep doing this every year. It's so boring. Of course it's boring because it's not for us. It's not for us makeup monsters. It's not for monsters like me who don't even know what palettes that they have and are just now discovering that. Okay? It's not for me. It's for normal makeup users to re-up on their faves. And that just isn't us. Like, am I re-upping on some things? Yes. Yes, I am. But am I going to get stunningly mad that it's boring ass shit? No, because I get it. It's not for me. It's not like, look at me. Look at me. And don't look at my desk. And I'm not going to show you because it fucking lights me out. But that is the point of Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. It's always been like this for a very long time. I say always in a very long time, and that doesn't even make sense. It's been like this for a very long time, and it's supposed to be. It was never, I think, intended for all of us makeup monsters to buy, like, a bunch of shit. That's what Sephora is for. Sephora comes in and says, hey, this one's for you monsters. And I'll be looking forward to the Rouge sale because, y'all, I am Rouge. It's actually not something to be proud of. It's kind of embarrassing. Moving along. In the next bit of news, I wanted to talk about Midas is having their final sale and did their final 2 drops, which are pictured here because, listen, me and my memory are trash. Did I write some things down? Of course I did. Did I write down the names of the palettes? No, I know one of them is Funk You, but the other one I can't remember. Trash. I literally just looked at it. Anywhoozits, they are going to be having their final sale before closing their doors. Listen, I have such just odd feelings about this whole thing because Midas was the first brand to offer me PR and to also offer me a code, and it just feels like really surreal that they are actually going to be closing their doors. Anything that you want to pick up, I would suggest you do now. If you haven't picked up some of their brushes, like, baby, I think that you need to if you haven't yet. Like, this one is one of my favorites if it's still in stock. It is their 1130 set brush. I don't know if it's going to focus because I'm just too beautiful for words. But anyways, this is the brush. I love this brush. I use it mostly for blush applications because it's very precise and I can do my blush, you know, like this. And I am just really wishing Rocio the best of luck, and y'all go pick up your shit. Go pick it up. You know what I mean? It's now or never, like literally never. In a move that stunned everybody but me, Tati will be moving to Texas. That's right, Tati is coming to my home state of Texas. And I'm sure you're all sitting there wondering to yourselves, why Texas?
Me!
Okay, we got a little excited. Listen, Texas is a land where a lot of influencers are coming to because you can buy a ginormous fucking house for $180,000 and live like a king, queen, or whatever part of royalty that you want to be. It is relatively inexpensive for influencers to move here, especially now that the LA scene and the New York scene are mostly done for folks in their influencing ways. So everybody comes to Texas, the land of opportunity and conservatism, where your rights will be stripped from you, but you'll have a big house. In a side note, no matter how many times I have attempted to let Tati know that I don't plan on showing her around in any way, shape, or form, mostly because I'm very busy and I'm working all the time. I just need you to stay out of my DMs, Tati. It's weird. It's getting weird. I I don't know. But prepare yourself for summer because it's already here. It's already here. Get excited for your electric bill. It's gonna be high because I'm sure your house will have 27 rooms and you won't use most of them. But yeah, it's gonna be really hot. It's gonna be 100 degrees all the time. And that doesn't end until like October, where it moves to like 95. And then winter is brutal because one day it's 75 and you're wearing shorts and it's very lovely, and then it's negative 12 degrees. So welcome to Texas. And that, my dears, is the Snarky Beauty News for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do me a favor and give this video a big thumbs up so then that way the algorithm goddess can do what she does best, which is push me further down into the algorithm so that I can be weird and sexy for no reason. As usual, huge shout out to my patrons and spooky bays. Yeah, without which I truly would not be able to keep the bats in the belfry and the spiders firmly ensconced in their webs. Patrons and channel members do receive all of my content with the exception of new makeup nonsense bingo before everybody else on YouTube. And now that I'm doing it this way, I shall be able to do more fun live streams and movie nights, because now that I'm doing it like this, I don't have to worry about it. To all of you who watch, like, share, and subscribe, I appreciate you as well. Remember, it costs $0 to be kind. Don't get stepped on, just be kind, because it's good for your soul. And if you don't take care of your soul, I'm sure shit coming for yours. All right, XOXO. Gothic girl. I don't even know what my outro music sounds like.